Hey everyone, this is Steve Wontrob from Collider, and I am here in our, as you can tell by the background, in San Diego, in our Comic-Con studio, and I'm really excited to talk about Digman. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Great.
How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I really want to start with, and I mean this so sincerely, thank you for making me laugh to the two of you for so many years.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for watching The Things.
Right? Yes. I specifically want to shout out that Brooklyn Nine-Nine is amazing. And I'm still a little bit in shock. It lasted, I think it was 8 years.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of those shows that I think every year was like, are we going to get to come back?
Yeah. I mean, we got saved after season 5, which was pretty incredible. And then we were up against COVID, which was harrowing for all. And then it was a good ride.
Yeah.
I love the show. There's no bad season. Every episode makes me laugh.
Thank you.
Every single one.
That's awesome.
So jumping into why you guys are here, I've been asking, listen, I'm obsessed. We're going to get to the show, which is very funny, but I am obsessed with getting more people to see movies in movie theaters. So I'm just curious for the two of you. Do you have a favorite movie theater?
Oh, movie theater. Yeah. There's a theater in the Bay Area called the Grand Lake in Oakland. That's the theater I grew up going to. It's where I saw like Dumb and Dumber 5 times in 1 week. And it's a beautiful old theater and it's still there. So that's the first one that popped into my mind.
And I live right by the Vista movie theater in Los Angeles. That one's pretty great. Although I really love the Arrow over in Santa Monica as well. So
Except for the drive.
Except for the drive, yeah. So you know, those are the top two for me.
Probably my least favorite theater is the very, very tiny one that was in the Beverly Center.
Oh, you're going old school with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a real reach back.
That was a bad theater. You could hear 4 other movies playing at the same time. There were like 20 seats. Yeah.
No,
they had like a little Sonos speaker in the front that they're playing the movie through.
Yeah, a pet store next door.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a terrible place.
Yeah, ill-conceived.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Oh, it was built with like $5 and a roll of duct tape. So that was really the problem. We're here at Comic-Con. A lot of people here collect things. I don't know if you're going on the convention floor, but if you were, what would you be looking for to like buy to take home?
I just found out Jack Kirby made a adaptation of 2001: A Space Odyssey in comic book form that I never heard of, and I think is out of print because it's the rights are all mixed up or whatever. I'd love to find that somewhere, but I don't know if it's super expensive.
I don't know the price, but there is a good chance you could find it on the convention floor.
Well, that's what I'm off to next.
And for me, probably just like an original cell from Fritz the Cat.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Nothing cheap.
And one of the dirty ones too.
Yeah, something just rank.
So one of the things, and this leads into Digman, I love, like, listen, SNL's made me laugh so many times, but for me, one of the all-timers, because I'm such a Nick Cage fan, was Cage on Cage.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so we need to just at least talk about, just briefly,
yes,
doing Cage on Cage with Nick Cage.
Yeah, when he got in the cage. He was great. It was, you know, from the very beginning of doing that, we were like, man, I wonder if any day ever we could pull that off. And then it culminated in it actually happening. And he breezed through. He read it once. He was like, great. And we went out, did it at Dress, and it played really well. And then on air, he just like kicked it up a notch. And you were like, oh, right, you're Nick Cage. You're not fucking around. Like, you're going to come in and win. And he just like, me and Seth, after update ended, we're like running down the hallway, like skipping, like, I can't believe that just happened. He's the coolest. That was so fun. It was so funny. And he was lovely. And it was a dream come true.
Yeah. Is it one of those things where after you do something like that, you're like, where do I do with life? Like, this is
True.
it.
Yeah,
like, it's not going to get better.
Also for me, like on SNL, I wasn't like coming in as like a master impressionist or something. You know what I mean? It was, so for me to get that moment, which is such a quintessential SNL thing, to do the impression with the person and have it go well, it definitely went on my list immediately of high points at that show for me.
Speaking of Nick Cage, I read, could be very wrong, that the voice you're doing on the show is essentially Nick Cage.
It started off as basically exactly Nick Cage, and then as we started writing it, it morphed. I think the baseline, rhythm of the voice is the same, but the character has changed. But yes, it was very intentional because I loved working in that voice and in that sort of joke rhythm so much. It was something that when we were first putting the show together, Neil and I talked about would be a fun jump off point.
Yeah, I'm curious. Now we're jumping into the show.
Yeah.
So the first season's 8 episodes. How much, when you were making those, were you thinking like, what's our plan if we get to do 2 or 3 seasons? And how much was it sort of like, we got to do 8? You know what I mean? Like, let's just worry about the 8.
I think maybe on day one, we were like, who knows if we'll ever get another season? Don't hold back on anything here. Like, let's put it all out there. Anything we're excited about, anything we want to put into the show that makes us laugh. That was always our, the number one thing was, is it funny? Does it make us laugh? And so, yeah, certainly we were like, let's max these out. And if we get lucky enough to make more, we'll enjoy that challenge when it comes along.
One of the things is the show, it's not PG. You push it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, maybe when they see it from afar, they're like, it's probably like some PG show. But they don't realize what this actually is. Yeah. So talk a little bit about where and when you're willing to push boundaries. And at this point, with the stuff being made, does the studio even bother pushing back on anything anymore?
We haven't really gotten any pushback on Digman.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think we weren't like, let's set out to make a show where we get to like push buttons necessarily, so much as not ever have to say we can't do that joke. Like, that was sort of the mission statement, was like, let's make a show where if we think of something we think is funny, we'll never have to go, well, we can't do that. And that's pretty much what we've stuck to, and it's been really fun.
Yeah, and we're never censoring ourselves. It's just the show is a reflection of our senses of humor and what we find funny. And I know there are other shows that are made by people that are more provocateurs and things like that, perhaps. But we never have really pulled a punch because we were worried or anything.
So the first season aired in 2023.
Exactly.
New season is this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so how long did it take you to make the first season? And why 2 years between seasons?
It took us about a year and a half to make the first season. And then we had begun writing the second season, and we got picked up to series the Friday before the writer's strike.
Oh, yeah.
And then we did nothing for about 5 months. And then once we got going again, it took a little while for, we had the writer's room still going, but it just took a little while for like the machinery of the animation studio to go back up and going again for us. So that was part of the delay. And then just network logistical stuff. We had episodes ready and waited a little longer even because they, wanted to air it at certain times and all that. Yeah, exactly. But it was definitely a lot longer than we would have preferred. And, people were like, I thought you got canceled. And we were like, no, we're just waiting to do it. Yeah.
No, totally. So how is it now in terms of like, because I think one of the problems, and maybe you guys can explain it to me, is people, the show gets made and then like the writer's room sort of shuts down, and then the network is sort of like, well, are we going to continue? And I always wonder, like, why don't they keep the writer's room open a little bit longer to like sort of come up with the next season? Because then if it gets picked up, the heavy lifting is kind of done.
Hey, I agree.
I wish you were in charge. That's exactly the thing we've been saying the whole time.
Yeah, that is what sort of, if it weren't for the strike, that is essentially kind of what would have happened. We had the writer's room for season 1. At one point it did end, and then we were just animating for a while. Then we got the scripts going again for 2, and then production began while we were still finishing up the room. And so, we'd love to get a room going again to do another season. But
yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. Just throwing that out there.
Fiscally responsible.
Yeah.
So someone was telling me though, like the cost of doing the room, it's just, I just know that with streaming shows, and it's sometimes just long breaks, and those long breaks end up killing a show.
Yep. I mean, it's a concern. I think a lot of that stuff is out of our control. You can like call your reps and call your producers and be like, what's going on? And they go, I'll let you know when I know. And like everyone's apologetic and nice. And it's just like, they're big machines and sometimes you got to wait. And so we tried to just focus on making it as funny and fun for us as we could. And everything else is we'll see how it goes. And I'm hoping that people find it, because I do think anyone who really likes comedy and likes adult animation really would enjoy it.
Well, the thing that I found, and maybe you guys can comment on this, I really feel like the last few years, adult animation has really taken off. Mm-hmm. And there's now Fixed is coming out on Netflix, which is rated R. Mm-hmm. And like it just feels like animation is taking a step forward in terms of popularity.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Or
I mean, I would say in so many different genres of animation too, because I'm sure you know that anime is like all kids talk about now and they love it and it's massive on Netflix and everywhere. And I think there was a huge surge of adult animation, comedic, comedy, adult animation, particularly around the time of COVID, because a lot of actors were like stuck at home. And so a lot of like really big name people were getting calls being like, hey, you want to be the voice and producer of this show? And I think there was a big surge at that moment. And that happened to be the moment we also did ours. And I think a lot of really good shows came out of that. And the ones that I think people didn't respond to have burned off. And I'm really just hoping we get the opportunity to keep making ours because I really love it.
yeah, the show makes me laugh.
Good.
Like that's how I start. Thank you for making me laugh. So what did you guys learn making the first season that really helped you with the second season?
Some of it was stuff that's like just learning the animation process and learning what, we shouldn't write too many scenes that are like have a huge crowd. Because I think you begin and you're like, you can do anything in animation compared to like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where we know kind of how many sets we have, what our sort of the extent of our physical production budget and capabilities were. And then in animation, you're kind of like, we could go so nuts here, but you sort of learn the things that are a little trickier or won't look quite as good, or maybe spread the animator's too thin or something if you try to cram too much into one episode. So I think some of it was just learning the way animation production works, and then season 2, knowing that, being able to kind of write comedy more geared toward that, and not constantly having conversations like, well, we could kind of make it work if it looks like this,
I'm curious about the voice and how you do the voice, because I've spoken to a lot of actors who do the voices, and like sometimes they're doing it in a way that it actually just the delivery, normal delivery is like a strain on the vocal cords, and other people are like, oh, I could just do this with ease and all day and efforts, and it doesn't even bother me. So how is it for you?
It's the same as I would say most other voices I've done in animation, which is I can do it with ease until we get to stuff where it's just a ton of screaming. And then my voice gets burned out really fast. But like, for example, it's no more than Hotel Transylvania.
Where you were in Hotel Transylvania? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, all of them. But, there's a lot of exclamation marks on those characters. And, it doesn't matter what you're doing and in what style. If you're screaming, your voice gets blown out and raw pretty quick. But yeah, I mean, doing Rip is pretty easy. It's down here. It's just down here.
Thank you for demonstrating.
Yes. I mean, anytime,
but
honestly.
That's the reason why there is a little bit of Nick Cage in that.
Absolutely, by design.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember you doing Nick Cage, and I'm trying to compare it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's SNL, so it's just like yelling. Everyone on SNL is just yelling everything all the time because it's a live audience. But yeah, Rip yells quite a bit.
Yeah, but we get some nice little muttered asides as well. So
yeah, we get some muttered asides.
The full range of the performance spectrum.
Yeah.
What do you want to tease people who haven't seen any of season 2?
I would say it's a show that's dedicated to making you laugh. It's a pretty joyful show, and it's got big fun adventures. It's not sitting around talking. There's lots of fun action. It's fun to look at, and there's lots of funny jokes.
And if you watch season 1, we definitely continue the place we left off, cliffhanger, and continue on from there. And we got a lot of fun guests, etc. It's really good.
That you bring up the next thing. Season 1 had like a great voice cast and like friends that you must have pulled in.
Yeah.
What was it like with season 2 in terms of like how many more friends did you call and be like, come on, do an episode?
Everybody was really agreeable. Like people just wanted to do it. It was great. And we got incredible people this season. We got John Waters and Kate Winslet and Mark Hamill and
Tatiana Maslany.
And Armisen.
Viswanathan.
So many rad people. It's really fun.
Yeah, one of the things I love is in the first episode of season 1, which is when you are getting ready, your character is getting ready to like pull the lever with the snakes. I love snakes.
Yeah.
There's no, I'm not related to that other character at all.
No, man, it's proof.
Right.
Proof that he's his own guy.
Right, exactly. I'm curious, was there any thought in your mind like, oh, wait, we could get Like, you know what I mean? Or is this just a total joke?
No, yeah, we were never worried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's such a great joke, though.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, I think if anything, it proves exactly the joke that it's doing. It's just like, no, this is Rip.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So I definitely listen. As we touched on a little bit at Brooklyn Nine-Nine at the beginning. I loved the show. Is
Thanks.
there any thought, like a lot of shows and things have like sort of come back after 10 years and done like a reunion or a special or whatever? Is it sort of like, do you have any desire like in, 5-10 years to sort of do something, or without, Andre, like, do you know what I mean?
I think the Andre factor makes it really difficult, certainly for me. I feel like, he was such a huge part of what it was, like the base DNA of why the show worked. Never say never. And it's a wonderful group of people. And I don't know. I love seeing them when I see them in real life. So I would love to work with everyone again in some capacity.
Yeah. I wasn't going to ask about any more about Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I'll just say, did you have a favorite? Fuck it. Did you
cares?
like? I love the show.
We both worked on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, did you guys have any sort of? I don't want to do like the generic like favorite episode or anything, but like, what's something cool about the behind the scenes, the making that show that fans maybe wouldn't know?
Man, I mean, I don't know that people wouldn't know this, and this is a very like blanket happy answer. It was just really genuinely fun. Like the crew, cast, writers, everybody got along. It was just like one of those once in a lifetime joyful sets where you're excited to come in every day and see everyone. And I think that is part of the appeal of the show, is you can kind of feel that in the tone of it. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything particularly specifically interesting about the behind the scenes.
No, that's pretty good. Yeah. Some good snacks.
One day we were thinking about maybe doing Hot Ones. This is some BTS. The cast was considering doing Hot Ones. So Stephanie Beatrice got a bottle of like Da Bomb, and we all tried it at lunch and lost our fucking minds. Except for her. She was like, yeah, it's pretty hot. Like everyone else was like running in circles. Like it was like,
I still don't know how Sean, who's the host of that, like, I don't know how he does it. I guess he's immune now. But like, I've heard from people that are like, for 2 days after, I lived in my bathroom.
yeah, that's what I've heard as well.
Yeah, like you pay a strong price for doing that show.
Some people go during the show.
I haven't heard that.
It has occurred. Yeah.
I haven't heard that, but multiple people have said, yeah, it's 2-3 days after you're still paying the price.
I definitely worry that if I would do it, that I would immediately start hiccuping, shit my pants, and barf. But other than that, I have no fears.
So one other thing, I know we're just about out of time. Am I getting? Yeah, whatever. So I would laugh my ass off watching the new Naked Gun.
Oh, good.
And I think you have a small little moment in it.
Do you? What do you think it is?
I thought it was you in the jail cell.
Nope.
Wait, what? I thought I saw your face though in something. Am I completely wrong?
I think there's a tiny little kiss of me and a little kiss of Yorm, but I don't think anyone will ever know what they are.
I swear, and again, I only saw it once.
Yeah.
But I swear I thought I saw you in makeup.
No.
Okay, so it wasn't you.
Nope. But I do also love the movie.
So the thing, there's some like jokes in it that are like, there's one specific joke that I couldn't believe was in the movie. It involved, and I don't want to spoil anything, animals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, and I'm like, oh my God, they got away with this. Like,
I was shocked by it.
like I was in the, I just couldn't believe it was in the movie.
Yeah. It was certainly unlike anything in the previous ones.
That's definitely for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking, I apologize.
No, I've seen the movie.
Neil saw it, yeah.
Yeah, like so listen, I'm a fan of you guys, Lonely Island. What is coming up with you guys? Anything you want to tease?
I mean, Naked Gun and Digman are the main ones right now. There's nothing else that's real yet, and a bunch of stuff that we're hoping happens. But as soon as it's real, I'll be thrilled to tell you all about them.
Is it? Well, that's the thing a lot of people don't realize. Like Guillermo del Toro once told me that he was developing 8 things at once.
Yes.
Because he wasn't sure what was actually going to get made.
Yes.
And so many things Like after he won an Oscar, he told me he went in and pitched and they rejected the movie
That's
right
right.
after winning the Oscar.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, that's Hollywood. Right
It
there.
really is. And I would say now more than ever, it's like that. It's really, it's very difficult to predict what will and won't go right now. And I think a lot of people are taking a lot of shots and hoping that something connects.
Let's go back to Digman real fast. So first season's 8 episodes, second season's 8 episodes. How did you decide on the 8? Is it a studio mandate or is it one of these like internal?
It was above our pay grade in a way. I think
it was studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were basically told, you got a series pickup, 8 episodes. And we're like, great, let's do it.
Yes. But if they came back to us today and were like, season 3's 24, we'd be like, great.
Yeah. And it's all in one day.
Yeah.
Real time.
Sorry. Yeah. It's the show 24.
Okay, well, listen, I'm going to stop there and just say again, thank you both for making me laugh a lot.
Thank you.
I really
man.
appreciate it.
Thanks.
And I really hope you have a great Comic-Con.
Thanks so
dude.
much.
You too.